Now we are going to learn about third different type of array concept, which is called set in Python. Now set is basically different from the regular array concept. However, it is also a way in Python using which you can store a group of variable under the same group of data item under the same variable name. Let's say call set1, set2, set3, like this. The difference is, the first let us discuss about the syntactical difference. So the syntactical difference is, as you can see in here, list uses while initializing or while storing the data items, list utilizes this opening and closing box bracket, whereas tuple utilizes opening and closing parenthesis, and in case of set it uses an opening and closing curly braces, as you can see in here. So syntactically this is the only difference, and by seeing this opening and closing curly brace, Python interpreter identifies that, well, this is not a list or this is not a tuple, this is actually a set. So the other syntax is almost same. So you have to use a variable name called set1, set2, set3, or any name followed by an equal symbol, and then inside this opening and closing curly brace you have to store all the different data items that you want to store, separated by comma. So that's the syntactical difference. And by seeing this opening and closing curly brace, Python interpreter identifies that it is a set. But the actual difference between the set and other like list or tuple is that set is actually unindexed list. That means you do not have any indexing like this in set. And so since there is not an index, you really cannot access each of the element utilizing this set followed by this index. This is not possible in case of set, because this is just a group of element and there is no concept of index in here like this, and they are just stored as a group of elements somehow in the backend. We are not going into the detail of how are they being stored in the backend, but just remember there is no index for set, and since there is no index you cannot really access them using this syntax like set name followed by inside this opening and closing box bracket uh, writing index. This is not possible. This is possible in both list and tuple to access each individual element stored at the particular index, but this does not happen in set. So this entire while loop in here, it will not work in case of set. So if you want to print the set, you have to print just like this, print set1. Now why it is like that? Because the motivation of set is a little bit different from the normal list and tuple. The major motivation of this set is to give the developer some mathematical capability, like doing some set like statistical operation like union of two different sets, intersection of sets, set differences. So this type of mathematical operations, that is the major motivation of set, and that's why to enable that or to facilitate that, set follows this type of structure. And to facilitate those things, set really does not need any indexing structure. So that's why set does not have any index, and you cannot use any type of subscript like this to access individual element in set. So let us try to see that through a Python demo program.